Hey there, Michael Griffiths here, founder of Referral Marketing Guru, and welcome to this week's Get More Referrals Today podcast. Today, I want to probably challenge you a little bit in terms of how you think your clients really think about you. Now, this is going to be really easy for you to be able to go, oh, I do a great job. I'm the best thing since sliced bread. I am positive. But it's not actually going to help you. So what I actually need you to do is to be maybe a little bit subjective and maybe be a little bit harsh on yourself. Now, I get that that's the complete opposite to feel good, be positive, positive affirmations and all the rest of it, but it's actually necessary for what we're about to go through today. So before we get into that and actually dive into thinking about our clients, I want you to think, why is that important? Well, in the end, the longer you keep clients, the more clients come back to you, the more services your clients use of yours, obviously, the more profitable your business is. So if you're a business that constantly gets a client, lose a client, gets a client, lose a client, gets a client, lose a client, it makes it really difficult for your business to grow, scale, be profitable. Business is about not only bringing in new business, but keeping that business for longer than what you normally do. And when you do that, that's when a business can truly start to be profitable. So many people focus in on this win, 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 win. Get new, get new, get new, get new. Do you know the cheapest way to become profitable in your business, to be able to grow your business, to be able to scale your business? It's to keep the current clients you have and to make those clients such raving fans that they want other people to be part of your business also. So let's dive into it. As always, if you love the episode, please share it with one other person. Just help one other person to be able to have a better business, to be able to change the way they think, and to be able to get out there and make a bigger impact because they just know how to grow their business a better way. All of this comes from our limbic way of thinking. You know that we talk about this limbic brain. It's why our programs are all part of the limbic advantage, how to be able to limbic the crap out of your business from top to bottom. Because when you get out of the logical cortex, analytical, rational brain, your survival brain, okay, and that's the brain that was given to you to help you survive. But when you get out of that, all of a sudden, you start evoking brain chemicals. You start influencing prospects' decisions, clients' decisions, team member decisions, contractor decisions, referral partner decisions. You can't strategically influence anyone else's decision if you are in your cortex brain, if you're in the logical brain. And that's where most people play. They play because that's the survival brain. And what was your brain given to you to help you do? Survive. So what you've got to be able to do is come play over the other side with us. And we play in the limbic brain because the limbic brain, it's more fun. It's more enjoyable. And at very worst, you actually have a better business. Now, if that's the very worst, I think I'd be taking that the majority of the time. Let's get into where we want to go today. Do you strategically actually sit and think, how is this going to make my client feel? See, I reckon there's this myth, and I hear it all the time, and honestly, it probably shits me a little bit to constantly hear it, because it's wrong. It's people who go, do a good job and get results, and your clients will always be happy. I reckon back in the 90s, maybe early 2000s, 100% I would agree. But that's not the case anymore. It's evolved. We expect a lot more. Like at the bare minimum, do a good job and get results. Used to be, you could probably wear that as a feather on a cap. You could wear that as a badge of honor, but not anymore. That's people's expectation. As society, we've evolved so much with technology and with social platforms, and we can see everyone else's business and we can see what everyone else is doing and we can see everyone else's results, and that in the end, that's like the bare minimum that people would expect. You wouldn't expect to go, hey, I'm going to go order this beautiful couch for the lounge room. And when it turns up, you get excited because A, it turned up, and B, it has 4 legs and it's the same color that you ordered it. Like, that's what you'd expect. No different to your clients. If you say you're going to get A, B, C result, then that's what they expect. But for most people, they go, oh, well, I'm the best business because I provide the results that I say I'm going to provide. It's like, no, that's what you should be doing. So don't wear that as the badge of honor. Don't wear that as the feather in the cap. That is the bare minimum. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of awful businesses that can't even do that. They probably won't be in business for very long. So as long as you can get the results that you say and that you've got a pretty good business, well, you're at sort of mark zero. You're at the starting point. Now, it's about how do you become more magical to stand out from everybody else in your marketplace because of the experiences you create and offer. And now this starts with having to think, what can I do that evokes brain chemicals in my clients? What can I do that wows my clients? What can I do that gets my clients going, this is the best thing since sliced bread. This is the best thing ever. I'm so glad that I made this decision. And honestly, that happens so rarely compared to what you think. Most people buy something and they literally just put up with it. They're not excited about it. It does what it's supposed to do, but they're not shouting from the rooftops. Let me just take the things that are around me right now. I'm speaking to you through a webcam. Now, I remember going and getting this webcam. I went to JB Hi-Fi. I wanted 4K. I wanted a really good webcam that had picture and microphone built into one. And I went around and I looked at a whole bunch of different types of webcams. And I read the package and I read what was on the flyer as such, on the sticker. And in the end, I chose that particular webcam. And when I got it home and I plugged it in, I went, oh, the picture's a bit nicer, but it should be. It's 4K. It's not the 1280 that I used to have. But otherwise, it did exactly what it was supposed to do. Now, I haven't told anybody about that webcam and how good it is, or because in my mind, it's not that good. It just does what it's supposed to do. That's what you're up against. And that's why you've got to change your thinking to what you do and the results you get being amazing and special, because honestly, they're not. It's what you should be doing. How you get people to talk about you, about how amazing and special you are, is not through the results that you get, but by the way you make them feel through the moments you create with each other. And that's got nothing to do with the actual service part. It has everything to do with all those little bits that happen on top of the service part. Here's what I mean. So here you are, financial planner, and you provide a service. So your service is you might provide insurances, you provide a wealth plan, you've got this statement of advice that you're now working through, and you're helping them create their wealth. That's the service part. That part should be really solid. That part should get the results that you say that you can get. That's not where you put your feather in the cap. That's what everybody should be able to do. Now, I get that not everyone can, but that's what everyone should be able to do. That's the baseline. So what then makes you stand out? What then makes the moment outside of that more magical? What then gets you being spoken about by your clients? Well, it might be that you take them out on their birthday. It might be that you remember a particular sporting team that they love and their team just won and you shoot them over a message. It might be that you're walking through an airport one day and you see a book that they might love and you take it, you buy it and you send it to them, or you take a picture of it and say, hey, I've just got this for you. I'm going to post it to you. I think you really love it. It's about calling them out of the blue and just seeing how they are. See, there's all these little moments that you can evoke brain chemicals that actually have nothing to do with your service, but has everything to do with your business. And when you start doing those little things, all of a sudden now, your clients start talking about you. But they don't talk about those little things. They talk about how great your service is. It's funny how us humans work. But if you want your clients to be able to shout from the rooftop about how you help them, yes, you've got to help them, but you can't just do the helping part. You have to do all these other little things that evoke brain chemicals, and the brain chemicals, dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, but it's those brain chemicals that make them feel a bond towards you, that make them feel closeness towards you. See, you've gone past the trust stage. The trust is just for a prospect to become a client. Once they're a client, trust is already a given. What you've got to be able to do once they become a client is to be able to create closeness and bond. That's the next level. When you do that, that's when someone wants to be able to start shouting from the rooftops about you. You think, how do you stand out in a marketplace? You don't stand out by being the loudest. You stand out by having more people talk about you. You stand out because people want to be around you. You stand out because you've got this long queue of people wanting you to be able to help them. Easiest way to do that is to be able to have your current clients be raving fans of yours. To be able to have your current clients be raving fans of yours, it's not a matter of just providing a great service. I think you've got the picture. That should not be the feather in the cap. That should be the base bare minimum that you do. It's about creating what we call a client journey pathway. It's about creating deliberate feels where you've got from day zero through to whenever they tend to leave you. And you might go, that's 5 years, 10 years, 1 year. But you've got it mapped out, the whole journey of how are you creating deliberate feels on top of the service you provide. So I want you to get away from this. I want you to get away from just simply going, I provide a great service and I get the result. Therefore, I'm doing fantastic. My clients should talk about me. Because no, they won't. It's not in our makeup. It's not our hardwiring. It's not how our cortex limbic brain works. And when you think that this is like 1/100th of the piece of limbic in your business, and when you put all of those little pieces together and you start joining the dots, you see it's not hard to quadruple your referrals, to double the lifetime value of every single client, to be able to stand out in the marketplace because you've got more raving fans than anybody else. Because that's not about a system. That's not about a process. Sure, there's systems and processes to be able to do it, but it has to start in that limbic brain. It has to start with your limbic thinking. It has to start with you actually evoking brain chemicals in all those other people that you've got around you. And when you start doing that, now you strategically influence other people's behavior. Now, that's scary to think that you've got that much power. But as humans, that's what happens every single minute of the day. Why do you pick one coffee shop over another? Guaranteed, because that person knows your name. They make you feel welcome. They make you feel special. That you feel connected to them in some way. When you think about that, you just go, oh, gosh, that's 100%. That's what you've got to do. Why do you have a favorite restaurant? Why do you order a particular type of food always from the same place? Now, your cortex brain will go, oh, because that's the best food. But you don't know that. You haven't tried any of the other places. You keep going back, though, to the same place. Why? Because they do something that makes you feel a particular way. That's why. And now you have to be able to come up with that within your business. Don't just rely on results. Rely on being more magical. Hopefully that's been super helpful. Look forward to catching up with you again next week. If you've got any comments, questions, if you want to limbic the crap out of your business, hey, reach out. Comment either if you're watching this on our social channels or our YouTube channel, Referral Marketing Guru, or if you're listening to this on your favorite podcast platform, you can always just shoot us an email, support@michaelgriffiths.com.au, or comment on any of those platforms where you happen to be watching it. Till next time, team, take care. I look forward to speaking to you real soon. See you later, all.